Now, it's finally here. The XXL Freshman Class of 2019 just got announced. And of course, I wanted to get my thoughts on it. So let's not waste any time and let's go through every single artist on the XXL Freshman Class of 2019. Let's start from the top left. And as you can see, the guy that's on the top left is, of course, Blueface. Let me say this. The XXL cover wouldn't be the XXL cover if they didn't put Blueface on it. And I'm saying that because according to XXL themselves, Blueface was supposedly the last person they picked for the cover, meaning he was freshman number 11. And if you didn't know, fans always get to vote for the last freshman after they XXL pick all the other ones. But it really just doesn't make any sense why Blueface would be the 10th spot winner. I mean, we're talking about XXL here. They clearly care way more about putting as many big names as possible on the cover, so that just didn't make sense to me. But yeah, apart from that, I think most of you already know what I think about Blueface. I don't personally think he should have been on this list because he's not good. On just a rapper level, he's clearly the worst one on here, and to be honest, the only reason why I'm even happy that he's on here is because that Blueface freestyle and cypher is gonna be laughable. But let's move on to the next artist, which is Comethazine. Now, this is a rapper a lot of people predicted was gonna make it. Comethazine has not only been bubbling and building his name consistently over the period of 1 year, but he's really on the up and up. The first time I found out about him was when his song Piped Up got released. You know, the song that goes, "Bitch, I'm piped up, sipping scissor." Yeah, that song. And you might remember that I made a video on it in early 2018. That video I made has over 1 million views, and to be exact, Comethazine had around 27,000 followers on his Instagram if I'm not mistaken when I released that video. Now he has over 1.2 million followers, and that's a substantial amount of growth. But apart from that, he's actually been dropping some really dope music. Of course, it ain't no lyrical shit, but personally, I take Comethazine for what he is, a rapper who makes energetic, ignorant, and fun music. I think when it comes to rappers in that specific box, he's definitely one of the better ones out right now. And if you ask me, yes, I do think Comethazine deserves to be on this cover. Let's move on to the next artist, which is Tierra Whack. Now, if you're not familiar with Tierra Whack, then you are now. I actually found her through that 15-minute film/music video she released, which was pretty much a compilation of every single song from her project Whack World put together in one music video. Extremely dope concept. The visuals on this one were insane, and to be honest, this is one of the more promising rappers in the whole female rap scene, along with people like Rico Nasty, who's actually on the cover, and we'll get to her very soon. Tierra Whack, though, extremely talented. I think it was a really good move from XXL to include her on the list, because keep in mind, she's not really, you know, that quote-unquote popping. Her being on the cover is gonna do a lot for her career because of that. Yeah, she is industry recognized and she's gotten cosigns from people like Meek Mill, but she still is one of those rappers who's not that well known. And I bet, you know, if you're watching this right now, maybe you didn't know about her. But of course, that doesn't matter because she has the talent to be more than eligible for the XXL cover. So yeah, let's of course move on to the next artist, which is DaBaby. To be honest, I did not think he was gonna be on this cover at all. Even though DaBaby is really taking off right now, it's only these last 2 to 3 months he's been on the rise. I'm mentioning that because I know for sure that XXL started picking rappers early in the year, around January time actually. I don't remember exactly where they said that, but I do recall seeing it. And technically, DaBaby shouldn't even be on this list because he blew up too late. This is one thing XXL are known for doing. They from time to time not include specific rappers on their covers because those rappers simply blew up too late. DaBaby is on the cover this year, then why the hell wasn't Juice WRLD on last year's cover? Well, clearly because he blew up too late, and that's the point I'm trying to make here. But apart from that, DaBaby and his music, what do I think about it? The man has a lot of hard-hitting records, I can't even lie. Suge is one of them. I really like that one. I really mess with Going Baby, and he also has some other tracks that are dope. But to be honest, 95% of his songs sound exactly the same, which is one of the biggest reasons why I wouldn't lose any sleep if he wasn't on the cover. Yes, he got some dope music, but what more? I just haven't heard anything from DaBaby that's gotten me hooked, and yeah, he's kind of repetitive, so there's that. But let's move on to the next artist, which is Lil Mosey. This is a rapper a lot of people have been asking me to talk about, and it is for a good reason because Lil Mosey has kind of been taking over. Maybe not taking over, but you know, he's really been on his grind. He's been dropping a lot of great tracks consistently, and thus far, Noticed is his biggest song, and that really took off when it dropped. It seems like Lil Mosey's strongest side is the melodies. He has a way of staying on top of those really melodic hooks and flows without stretching his vocals too much, which is a good thing, by the way, because if you've heard Lil Mosey speak, then you know that he has an extremely deep voice, so going outside of his vocal range probably wouldn't sound good anyway. When it comes to him as a rapper though, I actually really like Lil Mosey. I think he has an extremely clean and neat sound. Even if I don't like a song he puts out, I can't really deny that I always see why other people do. I just haven't seen Lil Mosey give anyone any reasons to not like him. Yeah, you could say that he sounds generic, but let's keep it 100. What rapper is not generic nowadays? I want to give Lil Mosey a little bit of leeway because compared to most people on this list, he's way younger, which does put him in a little bit of a disadvantage. But let's move on to the next artist on the cover, which is Roddy Ricch. Now, this is by far my favorite rapper on here, and if you follow me on Instagram, then you probably know how much I like Roddy Ricch. I think think this is one of those rappers that's proved himself in a very short amount of time to be very much deserving of the XXL cover. And not only that, I think Roddy has solidified himself as one of the best rappers to come out in 2019. I like the amount of consistency I'm seeing from him. It seems like every single one of his tracks have some kind of hook factor, whether it's the way he's switching up his flows or him melodically singing and rapping over a trap instrumental while telling some kind of story. He does it extremely well. I mean, yes, he's kind of a product of the whole Atlanta trap scene, and it's funny because he himself is from Compton, but that's another conversation. Just listening to his music, you can tell that he is influenced by people like Speaker Knockers, and even though he said it himself, the second I heard one of his songs, I instantly knew that he had to be influenced by him. I like the fact that Roddy is not only giving us a dope twist to the popular sound in hip-hop right now, but he's also time after time been showing that he can create some great records. So yeah, as you can probably tell, yes, Roddy Ricch definitely deserves to be on the cover. Now let's move on to the next artist, which is YBN Cordae. This is actually someone I did not think was gonna make it on the cover by any chance. You may be asking, why are you saying that? Well, for the simple fact that he's the only person on this entire list that doesn't have a project out. There's a YBN mixtape out along with Almighty J and Namir, but an album from YBN Cordae is still up until this point non-existent. I like Cordae though. I think there's a lot of potential in his future. Judging from some of the singles he's released, you can tell he knows how to create a good record. Whether or not he'll be able to create an entire album that's entertaining, well, we're gonna have to wait and see. I almost see him as a young J. Cole. I'm sensing a lot of hunger coming from his side, and I do think he deserves this placement. Moving on to the next artist, which is Rico Nasty. Yes, I like Rico Nasty. And just like I said earlier in the video, she's definitely one of the most promising female rappers in the game right now. I absolutely love her energy and aura. Rico Nasty is one of those rappers in general, okay? Not just female rappers, but rappers in general who has a really dominating presence. She's very much in her own little world, and she does an extremely good job at expressing herself very authentically. I mean, her music is just dope to me. So yeah, that's what I have to say about Rico Nasty. But moving on to the next artist, which is Gunna. As you can see, Gunna is not only dripping on the gram, he's also dripping on the XXL cover. Shout out to Gunna, man. But yeah, I feel like this was a very predictable one, along with a couple of other rappers, of course. Gunna was one of the bigger rappers to come out in 2018. I feel like him being on the cover makes complete sense. To be honest though, for me personally at least, I think Gunna is kind of boring. I don't like him that much. I think his music gets extremely repetitive fast, but clearly he does deserve to be on the cover. He's been doing nothing but building himself up to a high level, and even though there are about 10 other rappers you could pick instead of Gunna, it's just one of those things where I can't see a 2019 XXL Freshman cover without Gunna. Let's just put it that way. Let's move on to the next one though, which is who the fuck is this? On a serious note though, I have heard about this guy, and he goes by the name of Osiris. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, but I'm not really, familiar with his music at all, to be honest. Of course, for the sake of this video, I listened to it because I don't want to judge someone when I haven't given them a chance. From what I can tell, at least, this guy doesn't even appeal to hip-hop fans. I mean, he's basically an R&B singer, and his biggest song, called Worth It, is an R&B song, so I don't even know why him being on the XXL cover was a good idea. How the hell are you gonna put an R&B artist on the cover and not put Polo G on the cover? What the hell? What the hell are they smoking over there at XXL? Because whatever it is, I want some of it. So yeah, he should have definitely not been on it. But of course, let's move on to the next artist, which is also the last one, and that is Meg Niggas Ain't Shit, the Stallion. Now, this is someone who's really been taking off a lot recently, okay, like crazy. It seems like the whole internet turned into fans of her in the span of a month, probably because everyone is sick of Cardi B being at the top, so I get it. Meg the Stallion can definitely rap, there's no question here, but I think you'll probably understand, okay, at least if you're a guy, when I say this, her music doesn't really appeal to me. In fact, it doesn't appeal to any grown man walking on this planet, period. This is a rapper for the females, let's just put it that way. That doesn't necessarily mean that she doesn't deserve to be on the cover, but let's just put it this way. Meg was definitely an afterthought, because I can guarantee you if the XXL cover came out 2 months ago, she probably would have not been on it. But yeah, there you have a breakdown of every single artist on the XXL cover. What are my general thoughts regarding it though? I gotta say this list really isn't bad at all. There's a couple rappers who really deserve to be on it, for example, Roddy Ricch and Rico Nasty, but there's also some, quote-unquote safe options like Blueface and Meg the Stallion. These quote-unquote safe options are quote-unquote options you can't really argue against. Yes, you may not like them, but since the XXL cover is usually nothing but a popularity contest, you can't say that those people should have not been on it. All in all, even though this list isn't, amazing or anything like that, it's alright, it's good. I think it's okay. It's one of those XXL covers I'll be able to live with. Let's just put it that way. I think this list is a step in the right direction. At least it didn't give me a headache when I saw it. One thing I'm wondering though is why the hell isn't Juice WRLD on the cover? Like, where is Juice, man? And like I said earlier in the video, why isn't Polo G on the list? Now, that's what I personally have to say about the 2019 XXL Freshman cover, but what do you think about this list? Do you think it was good? Do you think it was bad? And what rappers do you think deserved to be on it? And last but not least, what rappers do you think think didn't deserve to be on it? Definitely let me know in the comment section below and let's have a discussion about this.